How's it going, YouTube? And welcome to the next episode of Dungeons and Dragons here today with Panda PCHS and Hunter High Times Games YT.
Whoop whoop, fam.
So, this episode is going to be a very, very important episode for this campaign, chat. It's one of the most important episodes in this entire campaign. Hunter High Times, take away the recap from last week's episode, please.
We got destroyed, folks. Chain came up a fire. One boat of about 130 orcs went down. I retreated to my cousin. But before that, we sent scouts to go check the way of the three forks in the canal. They came back with heads in boxes. They were waiting for us at the gates. It was bound to lose.
Indeed. Now, beginning game perception, as always. Hunter's favorite thing to do.
9.
Alright, so your cousin comes up to you. He's like, John.
I'm like, yes.
My forces are ready to go.
I say, very well, let's load the boat.
But I must ask you.
What?
Are you sure we must go and not just retreat now?
I think our best option would be to see if the last ship survived. And hopefully we can still make it with the forces we have. If they haven't broken any barriers waiting for the signal, they should still be waiting for us at the post.
I agree.
Then somehow we'll have to get a way over there. One of us will have to swim or find a teleportation or some way over to tell Lucy what happened, or the ship what happened.
Indeed.
I say let's load the ship and be on our way.
Both ships, or I guess both armies are loaded onto my ship.
Perfect, let's go.
We're just waiting for you to get ready, make sure you got your stuff, and we'll see you
I
there.
put my armor and get ready and everything on.
Alright. So you load onto the ship with everybody else.
Yeah.
As the ship sails up sea, and you go up the second path. Upon going up the second path for a grand total of 7 hours, you reach what looks to be a roundabout in the ocean area.
Oh.
But in that roundabout, you see the boat that was sent, as well as an island that it's docked at.
I say there's the boat. We must go see if they are survivors.
As your boat docks, you hear the clash of steel and screaming of a woman and yelling of a man.
We must go help.
As you run forward, I need you to roll perception.
14 plus 9.
So you see Lucy in a circle of demons and orcs and elves in a one-on-one combat with what looks to be a demon gladiator.
I say we must give assistance. All the men, forward charge.
Your cousin's like, no. It is an honorable one-on-one combat. That is Gratzis.
I say,
Or
oh.
Clearly, he lives on an island with no defenses.
I say,
By the looks of it, there's no dead bodies. Just those two are fighting.
I say we must go watch. And I run up to watch.
Indeed. As you run up, you see them deep in combat, slashing at each other. Lucy using her dual wield, using the dagger that is tied to rope to her wrist, swinging it around for defense, as well as using the Moonblade of Salvation as her sword. You see them striking as Lucy stabs her sword right through his midsection, left side of the torso, as well as the dagger right in the top left shoulder. As he just takes his sword, as Lucy pulls out the dagger and goes to pull out the sword, and slices off Lucy's arm holding the sword. Lucy then tries to fly away, as you see the gladiator grab her leg, whip her on the ground, stand on her chest, roll her over, and then rip out her back left wing. He then picks her up, throws her across the ground, close to the Moonblade. She then stands up and uses the Moonblade's final power from her father for the first time, being the 3d20 necrotic hit, as she blows the biggest blow in his face. But again, he slices both her legs off, as she collapses and he collapses, as they lay there both motionless, both still alive, still breathing, but not getting up.
I say, can I end it?
No. One of them must get up, and then the other. As you see him slowly reach over to his sword, rip out what appears to be a purple orb, as he holds it in his hand, pointing it at Lucifer, as it turns bright, bright purple, as Lucy still lays there motionless. Do you mind, babe? Jesus. You then see Lucy slowly start to move, as she raises her one hand and gives her last ditch effort to end the man, putting her middle finger and her thumb together, and Thanos snapping a thunderclap. As a wave of thunder emits from her fingers, the snap blows his head to crumbles. As the single combat is over, Lucy slowly crawls over to the dead body, takes her dagger, cuts his demon heart out, rolls on her back, holds it to the sky above her head, crushes it, and drinks the blood of the heart of the first Orc King's brother in demon form. Clouds then start to gather, but not ordinary clouds. You see the same purple clouds that colored orb was, but emitting a red and green lightning.
I said, what is happening?
I do not know. I was about to ask you. You know her best, did you not?
I said, do you think this could be her full potential?
I don't even know what that means. As a cyclone then surrounds that entire island around all of you guys, taking your entire army and throwing them in the air, taking everybody except for you, Bilbo, your war chief, your cousin, Chadwick, and his first general, as they all get swept up by the winds and Lucifer starts to float. What do you do?
I said, I think this could be bad, but I'm going to walk over there and hand her something. So I walk over to Lucy, I reach into my bag, and I hand her the note, and I say, Lucy, I think you may need this.
You hand her the ritual note?
Yeah.
Alright. So minus that from your thing.
Okay.
Alright, just 1 second. So upon handing her that, you hear her speaking a demonic tongue in a totally different voice than you would, that is not hers, but in a voice nonetheless that you recognize.
As?
So you hear her read that from the ritual scroll in that voice that you handed her. As you can roll an intellect check to know if you remember this voice.
Intellect is +3, so 18, 19, 20.
You remember it clearly, clear as day, as the god that you slayed, Orcus.
I'm like, oh, that was bad. I just summoned Orcus.
As you can now see, from that funnel that swept up your men, down from the sky comes the wand of Orcus. Yet again, emerged from the abyss, calling and heeding Orcus to come. Lucifer's right wing then bursts off. Her left torso bursts into a 2-inch hole. Her hip totally explodes, mounting off, taking everything up to her belly button off, as she drops to the ground and starts emitting a glowing green light out of her mouth and her eyes. Right in front of you.
Damn.
What do you do, Hef?
I just let it happen.
You just let it happen? Alright. So Lucy continues to break to pieces as you see her eyes go from that green to the eyes that you once laid eyes with when you first met her, the day you met her. And she lets out, "Goodbye, old friend," as she blows up, and a hole in the ground starts to emerge, crumbling under your feet.
Oh, lovely. I run.
Athletics to run, Hef.
I don't run. I don't run.
You fumbled. You tripped and fell.
I made a 12.
So, you fall into the hole as your cousin throws a rope, and you just grab onto the rope. As you see a pit of molten green lava laying below you. As you see a horned head slowly start to emerge from the depths of the lava pit.
I say this. I say pull me up. This shall be my fight.
As they pull you up, your cousin is like, "What is this? What's going on?"
I've risen Orcus again.
And you think you can fight him one-on-one? Let alone you think any of us could fight him?
I've beat him once. I can do it again. I may need some backup, but I think in order to get my old friend back, I need to do it myself.
There's no getting her back, my cousin. Believe me. In all demonic rituals, the sacrifice is never returnable. You may only hope you'll see her soul again if you're here, and she gets banished to here.
I say, well, either way, I must take him on, or he'll destroy everything.
You'll die.
I say,
and you'll lose all this progress. You'll lose your family you reunited with. Retreat to live another day.
I say,
avenge her when the time comes.
I said, then you must make sure when that time comes, you have an army prepared to take Orcus down. Because what I saw him do before, I will not let happen again.
I will do my best to assist you when the time comes to fight Orcus. But right now, with the wand of Orcus in his possession, we do not stand a chance.
We must run.
I'm sorry, my cousin, but all is lost here. I respect if you want to stay. I can't force you to come. But I insist you live to fight another day.
We must run. I don't see another option.
As you all retreat down the Blood River, trying to get as fast as you can, your cousin's mages open up a portal to teleport you right to his kingdom, as it brings you to your cousin's kingdom's harbor. As you guys dock, crashing because you were going so fast out of there.
I say, what next, cousin?
All is lost is what's next. I think it's time you go to Toril. There's nothing here for you.
I say I can't leave this realm without finding Lucy's soul first. Even if I have to travel all floors.
There is no point. You now, as the King Orc of Toril, must take my family and leave. This floor is lost.
I say, what about yourself?
As I told you, I'm banished here. I am served to live the rest of my life in the abyss. Only will my soul make it back to Toril, if I'm lucky.
I say,
I cannot have my children die.
I was given something that I don't know if it will help. But have you ever seen this green crystal, this dark green oval?
And what is that oval for?
I don't know, it's a dark green oval gem. You gave it to me from the dragon.
It looks like a poison or an acid gem. Where did you get your hands on this?
A green dragon.
Interesting. Maybe one day, when my oldest son is of age, you can have him forged a sword with that equipped to it. And just say it was a gift from his father. Along with my armor, as he takes his armor off and hands it to you. There's nothing left in the abyss for my family but pain and suffering. So you must take him back home to a normal life.
I say, very well. I say you will not be forgotten, cousin.
It was nice to meet you again, as he extends his hand.
And I shake his hand.
I trust you'll keep my family as safe as you can.
Yes, cousin.
And keep our family's heirloom, being the kingdom of the orcs, in your hands.
I said, what for your act?
Father always said, a warrior dying with a weapon was a warrior with a good cause. But I don't know. I feel like a weapon is what caused most of our kind to stir away from farming and cultivating and making a civilization. And we killed so many of our sons, our daughters, our men. I feel like it's a time that you could help fix. A time where we all used to kill everybody just for the slightest of thing. But you, cousin, have showed me that there is much more than olden orc ancestry, but that you can mix and match ancestry from the past with new religious ancestry from our orc dynasty in this era, as well as many other civilizations of orcs. I was always told abyssal orcs would never get along with regular orcs, hence why we would never be friends again, or meet again. But now I see my dreams come true. And I must leave it with you to fulfill our family's legacy and the king of the orcs' legacy. As his soul lives in this sword, and if it were destroyed, what would be left for the orc kind to really rule?
I say, now, cousin, you were a hell of a leader down here. I say, is there no way we can strike a deal with the devil to get you up to
Toro?
Toro.
Unfortunately not. Unless my father was still alive to unbanish me, then there is nothing. But again, you'd need the mages that banished me. And knowing my father, I'm sure he just killed the mages right after it was done. Without a hesitation.
I will try and find what I can and see if I can get enough power to summon you back. But there is no guarantee, cousin.
Thank you. If I may ask another favor other than you take care of my family.
I say, what is it, cousin?
Leave me with a weapon to fight Orcus for you.
I say, I shall trade you the first Orc King's sword for your, what was it called?
It is called the Great Axe of Kings.
The Great Axe of Kings.
Are you sure?
I say, this was the sword of your father, and it was meant to be yours.
You know, when I first met you, again, you told me I'd never get this sword back. Now I know you're truly honorable. As he extends his hand again.
And I shake his hand.
He pulls you in for a hug.
And I hug him.
And he takes the sword. He says, it was an honor to finally get to do battle with you, as our childhood dream is now fulfilled.
I say very well. And also, I will do my best to bring you back.
I will do my best to avenge your friend.
I say thank you. I say I shall be on my way now.
My mages will open a portal, send you back to Toro. And unfortunately, this will hopefully be the last time I see you in the Abyssal. Yet alone you come to the Abyssal.
I say I hope so. But hopefully not the last time we meet.
Remember, you got a dynasty to take care of, my friend.
Yes.
As he raises the sword.
And I raise the axe and we clink them.
In Valhalla. As he walks off with his army half. And the mages open the portal for you to sail your ship through.
And we go through with his family.
So go through the portal. The portal closes. And your cousin goes to war with the newly risen Orcus.
God damn. I find you a smoke break.
Hold on. Upon getting back to the castle, you get back to your throne room. And there you see sitting in the chairs. You see the werewolf, Normand. And you see the guardian Calamity, as you left them in charge, still watching over the kingdom for you.
I say, alert the guards. We have a feast in favor of fallen friends.
You were successful.
No, we were not. Lucy has passed, and Orcus has risen.
Orcus is back.
Yes.
What are we gonna do? Why are we feasting if Orcus is back?
Because Orcus is still trapped in the abyss, and we are feasting in the loss of our loved ones and our family.
Understandable.
And our newfound guests, as I bring out the abyssal orcs.
No abyssal orcs came with you.
I thought his family did.
Oh yeah, his family did, but not the... No, they're real orcs.
Oh.
They're real orcs.
Oh.
The abyssal orcs was his army, but he's real orc.
Oh. Okay. As I bring in our new friends from the abyssal and other royal blood, my cousin's family.
What of your cousin?
He is banished there to deal with Orcus until I can find the mages that's banished him, if they still exist, to rise him here. But that will take a long time to find if they're even still here.
I see. Well, we'll have the banquet set for tonight, and we will have a feast. as the banquet comes, you're of course the one running this banquet, right? So you'll be doing all the talking and everything. So this is your whole entire cutscene till the end here, Hef. You do what you want to do for this entire banquet for this cutscene.
So I'm eating my food. I raise my glass. I get the glass of ale brought over. I raise a glass and I'm like, silence! And I'm assuming they all go quiet.
Yep.
I say, tonight is a feast in honor of the new family I brought. My cousin's family. Here royalty. As well as the lost friends and soldiers of the people lost in the greatest mission I've been accomplished in. And mainly to my dear friend, Lucy, you will not be forgotten. Yeah!
As everybody cheers and drinks. Anything else you'd like to say or do for the night, Hef?
I just talk with my cousin's family, ensuring them they'll be safe and everything.
Alright, and that's it for the feast?
Yeah.
So the feast ends. You return to your throne room, sit on the throne, with your cousin's wife on the other throne and her children beside her. In comes Bilbo Baggins. In comes Chadwick, with your war chief. Your war chief then kneels, says, "Sir?" And Bilbo's like, "John, a word," as Calamity comes up to you as well.
I say, what is it?
It's time we disband our group. You're a king. Our group leader has perished. We don't have much else here going for us, as you got much royalty that you're going to have to deal with now that Orcus has arisen as well.
I say, yes.
We ourselves, unfortunately, until the time comes, can't risk putting our lives on the line against Orcus anytime soon. Especially after these last couple years. I myself am taking the time to reopen my merchant shop in the human kingdom and just settle down there for a bit. I don't know what of Chadwick. I think he's going back to the Goblin Kingdom. But it's Chadwick, you never know. Whoever pays him most to play bagpipes.
I said, well, I could keep Chadwick around for a few gold a year. Few thousand, that is.
Sold. I could go for a few thousand gold a year. Hell yeah. And then Calamity's like, I myself have my own calling. After all, I was resurrected from the dead. I don't know who I am, where I belong, where I came from. There's much I'd like to know, much I'd like to see. But I feel that me and Panda have to go do it on our own.
I say, very well. I say, what for you, Mr. Werewolf?
You offered me safe here. If I'm still welcome to live here with you and serve as part of your kingdom, like you've had me done the past couple of years, I'm more than happy.
I say, as long as you wreak no chaos, you are welcome here.
No, I feel more at home with orcs than I do the humans. The humans don't even let me in the village, yet alone the houses. Plus, you feed me, so I'm pretty grateful for that.
I say, very well. I say, the ones that want to dismiss can dismiss. The others may stay and roam my kingdom freely.
So Bilbo Baggins and Calamity walk up to you and extend their hand to you in gratitude for working with you and safe pardons.
I shake their hands.
As they both leave, Chadwick is like, now you said a few thousand of gold.
I say,
year.
how does the first payment of 1,500 sound?
Let's just say I'll play all night and all day. You're sold, buddy.
And
You're sold.
I give him 1,500 gold.
Can I have my own room?
I say, yes, you get your own room and stay, everything inclusive.
Can I have friends over?
Not too many. I don't want a wild band party in my living room.
Is it okay if they all have bagpipes?
3 bagpipes, 2 banjos.
What about a drum?
1 drum.
Got it. We'll have a whole orchestra.
And if
Are you paying, my friends?
I say their payment is under your payment if I request them to play at a party.
Does that mean it's coming out of my money?
I may give tips if they do well, but you are responsible to keep them. But I'm assuming they also have other gigs they can do with you.
Of course, of course.
I say, so I won't be paying them as handsomely as you. I only paid you so much because, believe it or not, even though I'm hard on you, I enjoy your music. I say, now play me a song.
As Chadwick then proceeds to play the bagpipes. As this chat is the end of this campaign.
This was the most emotional one, man. I'm crying over here.
Oh, man. So upon ending this campaign and this whole story arc, we also have the good news that we have a Dungeons and Dragons channel coming up. It is called D&D PCHS. So if you guys want to go over and subscribe to the D&D PCHS channel as well, it will be linked in my bio on the Panda PCHS account. And the Panda PCHS account and Hunter High Times account will be linked in the D&D PCHS YouTube description as well. That is where we'll be posting our new D&D content. And for now, we'll have Hunter High Times say a few words.
Well, Panda, I think this was one of the best ones you've run. Really emotional at the end. I did a lot throughout the last few campaigns to keep Lucy alive. And for once, me staying alive and letting them die. I'm actually crying over that. But I am all excited for the next campaign. And I just need time to recover from this one right now.
If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post bell notices. Head over to D&D PCHS if you want to see more of John and where he ends up in the next few years in the land of Toro. Peace out, chat.